It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, it's time to bring the hype back once again. It's your feel-good breakfast show, and Grant Hines is back in the building.
Grant Hype!
Yeah. Grant Hype in the building.
No.
I like that. That's official now.
I'm sticking with Cat's G-Funk Delicious.
G-Funk Delicious in the house. You. Now listen up, Mzansi. This next game review has been a long time coming. You can see how excited this man is, and boy, has it delivered on all fronts, if not exceeded them. And Grant is here for the absolute review of a lifetime. Brother, you ready for it?
This is probably the best game that has come out this year. I know Elden Ring won Game of the Year, but they were neck on neck.
Yeah.
And there's something about God of War that is just such a touching, full experience. They've managed to get every single bit of this game perfect. From the acting, the voice acting, the storytelling, the world building, the whole game follows a single camera motion that doesn't cut. The entire game. It is a beautiful experience, and I'm so glad they put the love and energy into that. So just so that everybody knows a little bit about what God of War is, it is a series, an old series. A lot of us, you didn't play God of War.
I played it at a friend's house because it was the PS5 guys, man. I was always on Xbox, the PS5.
No. Us who grew up on PlayStation back in like the early 2000s, we got God of War 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Incredible games where you play as Kratos, a younger Kratos, who then takes revenge on the Greek gods and basically kills them all.
Okay,
which is this, it's kind of like this Greek epic tale, right?
Yeah.
So what they did was they ended that. Zeus was dead. Sorry, spoilers for everybody who didn't play the trilogy in the 2000s. Oops. It's so old. It's like, I mean, you should have played it by now. You should know by now. And they kind of brought it back, but it's not this like really intense, like ultra masculine, violent experience anymore that the first ones were. It's like the developers and the storytellers kind of grew up, and they wanted to tell a story about a father and a son. So it's this.
And that's obviously who I'm seeing right now in all of this.
So your son is Atreus, and you are Kratos, obviously. And Atreus helps you, and you kind of teach him as he goes about the world. But as a father who's like this hectic soldier kind of guy, the son is a little bit more in touch with his mom because his mom passes away in the first at the beginning of the first game. So that's the premise. Don't worry, no spoilers. And with that information, like the son knows a lot of language and is kind of like pulling the softer side out of his dad. And it's just this really touching story. It's like being a father now and being able to play those games, knowing it's the story of like a father, a son, and how the father can learn from their son is really amazing.
Yes.
And obviously the weapons are back, so the gameplay for me that really brings me back into God of War is it's one of the best brawlers.
Yeah.
So you're like walking around and fighting, and you get used to using all these different like key combos. And it just feels so good. The camera angles. I don't know how they got this so good. So like in the first game, they have this axe where you can throw, and while you're you throw it in the middle of battle, then you carry on fighting with something else. You've got your shield and whatever, and then you forget about it, and like Thor, you just go, oh wait, 1 second, I'm just gonna recall my weapon, and then you just you can hear it, and wherever it comes through, it'll get anybody that comes through it, and he just sticks his hand out and catches it, and the whole controller vibrates. So you're like, whoa, I'm powerful. It just feels so good.
I feel like you're literally through the thing yourself.
And they managed to do that again with the second one. So they literally ticked all those boxes. They expand on the story. The characters are much more exciting. The worlds, because it's set now in Norse mythology. He moves away from the Greek mythology, goes to hide away, keep a low life in the world of the Norse, but the Norse gods obviously have heard of him, and they want to find him. So you fight in the first game, like you start meeting all these Norse gods who are trying to get him, like Loki, and they all like knocking on his door, like, yo, what's up? And in God of War 2, Thor is there, and he's this big, chonky guy, which is like more authentic to the Norse mythology.
Thor,
He's this
yeah.
big, like overwhelming character. And obviously, I'm not going to do any spoilers, but there's some amazing story bending stuff that happens with that universe. But using Norse mythology, learning a little bit about it. I'm not a huge fan. This is how powerful the game is. I'm not a fan of Norse mythology.
Okay.
But the way that they tell the story and the worlds that you get to see in these fantastical villages and that you can like be a part of, it just draws you in. You want to learn more. I actually want to see more African stories like this.
Nice.
We see all of this mythology from Europe, and the way it's presented is so compelling, and you learn so much about it. And we've got so much mythology.
We have such a rich culture, so many tribes, so many clashes.
Bro!
You're 100% right, man.
You know, all the folklore and the tales that we could tell in a video game like this.
Yeah.
So I recommend playing it. Have that in the back of your mind. Tell those stories. I want kids. If you're a kid right now and are going to become a developer one day and get into the world of gaming, tell our stories to the rest of the world, please, in ways like this. Please. Oh man, I want my daughter to grow up and be able to experience the stories of Africa through games like this.
I think that's a fantastic idea, and hopefully something that comes to fruition. And for you, Gronines, thank you so much for coming through, serving us as we near Christmas. And I'm wishing you nothing but the best. You and the family, I hope it's a beautiful one.
Hey, thank you.
And yeah, nothing but joy for it, man.
And to South Africa as well. Have an incredible festive season and be safe.
Yeah,
please.
be safe, enjoy some of these games, and let's head back and find out more about what else we can expect from a nice, interesting collection. Check it out.